What if the happiness you've been searching for was never lost to begin with? What if the secret to lasting peace isn't found in wealth, achievements, or even your next big goal? What if everything you've ever needed to feel truly joyful has always been within you, just waiting to be noticed? True happiness doesn't come from chasing after the world outside. It doesn't lie in material possessions, status, or even in the perfect life we often dream about. Instead, happiness is something much deeper, something that begins within. It is born from our thoughts, shaped by the choices we make, and nurtured by the attitudes we hold in our daily lives. The teachings of the Buddha offer us timeless guidance, profound wisdom that speaks directly to the heart. His words help us tap into a deep reservoir of peace, stillness, and joy that already exists within each of us. And today, we invite you to walk with us through 9 powerful teachings of the Buddha that have the potential to truly transform how we live, how we think, and how we feel. By embracing these insights, not just understanding them, but living them, we can discover a happiness that doesn't depend on what happens outside, but on how we respond inside. We can create a peaceful, fulfilling life, no matter what challenges may come our way. So let's begin this beautiful journey toward joy and presence with the first teaching. 1. Focus on the present moment. How often do we find ourselves stuck in the past, endlessly replaying our mistakes? Or lost in the future, worrying about things that haven't even happened yet? All the while, something precious slips quietly through our fingers: the present moment. The Buddha gently reminds us, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. These words may seem simple, but they carry an incredible depth. Within them lies the key to peace. When we let go of yesterday's weight and stop anticipating tomorrow's uncertainty, something extraordinary happens. We start to truly live. Think about it. How many moments have we missed, not because they weren't special, but because we weren't truly there? We were too busy regretting what was or fearing what might be. And yet, the only moment we ever truly have is this one, right here, right now. When we root ourselves in the present, even the smallest experiences become magical. The gentle warmth of the sun on your skin, the laughter of a friend, the calm rhythm of your breath. These aren't just fleeting seconds. They're tiny doorways to joy. Living in the now doesn't mean we ignore the past or avoid planning for the future. It means we stop being controlled by them. We reclaim our peace by choosing to show up fully and consciously for the life unfolding in front of us. So next time your thoughts begin to spiral into what-ifs or should-have-beens, gently return to the present. That's where your power is. That's where joy lives. As we just reflected, true joy unfolds only when we are fully present. And from this stillness, we're ready to take another gentle but powerful step forward. 2. Detach from desire. So, let's take a moment to simply be here. This moment, right now, is the only place where real happiness begins. But what often takes us away from the present? One of the biggest culprits is desire, that constant craving for more. In Buddhism, detachment from desire is not about pushing away life's pleasures or living a cold, joyless existence. Instead, it's about loosening our grip. It's about learning how to appreciate the beauty of life without becoming enslaved by it. Imagine you're holding a delicate flower. If you squeeze it tightly, the petals crumble and its fragrance vanishes. But if you hold it gently, it remains whole. You can enjoy it without fear. That's the essence of detachment. Enjoying what comes without clinging so hard that we end up causing our own suffering. Buddhist wisdom teaches us that when we cling to desires, whether it's for wealth, recognition, approval, or even love, we're anchoring ourselves to things that are fleeting. And everything in life is subject to change. The more tightly we cling, the more fragile our happiness becomes. There's an old story of a man who was obsessed with becoming rich. No matter how much he acquired, he felt empty. One day, a wise teacher asked him to hold a handful of sand. As the man gripped it harder, the grains slipped through his fingers. The harder he tried to hold on, the more he lost. In that moment, he understood. His desire was the very thing driving happiness away. Letting go doesn't mean we stop enjoying life. It means we stop letting our happiness depend on what we have or don't have. It means savoring life without being consumed by it. That's true freedom. Detachment allows us to rest in a deeper, quieter joy, a joy not shaken by change or loss. It invites us to be present, to embrace what is, and to live with a heart that's open, not weighed down by constant longing. 3. Practice right speech. Once we begin to free ourselves from desire, our words naturally follow, because how we speak reflects how we think and feel. In Buddhism, the practice of right speech is a call to speak with awareness, with compassion, and with purpose. Every word we speak has weight. It can heal or wound. It can bring people together or push them apart. First, speak truthfully. Honesty forms the foundation of trust. When we speak with clarity and sincerity, we invite openness. But truth alone isn't enough. We must also speak kindly. Even when the message is difficult, kindness cushions the blow. Gentle words open hearts and encourage understanding. Gossip, harsh words, and lies. They might seem small in the moment, but their ripple effects can be enormous. They tear at the fabric of trust, isolate individuals, and often cause more harm than we realize. Words, once spoken, cannot be taken back. They can echo in someone's heart for days, months, or even years. Avoiding lies isn't just about being truthful. It's about refusing to create illusions that distort reality. Lies breed confusion. They cloud our minds and the minds of others, leading to misunderstanding and mistrust. In the same way, hurtful words, no matter how briefly said, can leave behind deep wounds, scars that are slow to heal. But when we practice right speech, something beautiful happens. Our conversations become lighter, our relationships become stronger, and our presence becomes a source of peace. We create an environment where compassion grows and understanding can blossom. Think of your words as a lantern. In times of darkness, even the smallest flame can offer light, warmth, and direction. Let your speech be that light, one that uplifts, encourages, and connects rather than divides. By choosing our words with care, with kindness, and with clarity, we take part in shaping a world where peace is possible, one conversation at a time. 4. Cultivate gratitude. And from the words we speak, let's turn to the thoughts we hold in our hearts. Among the most powerful of these is gratitude. The Buddha once offered a humble yet profound reminder: let us rise up and be thankful. If we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. If we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. If we did get sick, at least we didn't die. So let us all be thankful. In these words, there's a quiet wisdom that teaches us how to find grace even in difficult days. Gratitude isn't reserved for grand achievements or perfect moments. It lives in the everyday, hidden in the warmth of the morning sun, the silence between two heartbeats, or the simple fact that we are still here. When we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, something shifts inside us. Our hearts soften, our minds slow down. Suddenly, the world feels more abundant. It could be a deep breath that calms us, the smile of a loved one, or the beauty of a sunset after a long day. These small blessings are not small at all. They are gentle reminders of life's quiet gifts. When we take the time to notice them, we connect with a peace that's always been available to us. Even during hard times, gratitude gives us a place to rest. It helps us see not just what's wrong, but what's still right. And in doing so, it transforms our outlook and brings us closer to true happiness. 5. Embrace simplicity. From gratitude flows another truth. Contentment doesn't come from having more. It comes from needing less. The Buddha once said, "The root of suffering is attachment." We cling to people, to possessions, to praise. We believe that by holding tighter, we'll be safer, happier, more fulfilled. But the opposite is often true. The tighter we cling, the more we suffer. In our modern world, we're constantly told that success equals happiness, that more money, more likes, more things will finally make us whole. But what if happiness has been quietly waiting in the opposite direction all along? What if real peace lies not in the pursuit, but in the pause? Simplicity invites us to step away from the noise, to find joy in less, rather than constantly chasing more. When we release our grip on what we think we need, we start to see the value in what we already have. We notice the stillness in a quiet room, the richness of an unhurried walk, the connection in a shared laugh. These are the treasures of a simple life, and they are far more valuable than anything we could ever own. Letting go of constant craving opens space for presence, for peace, for deeper relationships. It's not about giving everything up. It's about no longer letting everything weigh you down. As we've seen, the art of simplicity isn't about giving things up. It's about gaining clarity. In that space of clarity and stillness, something begins to bloom naturally. Compassion. Practice compassion. There once was a young monk who wrestled with deep regret. Memories of his past mistakes haunted him, and fear of what lay ahead kept his mind unsettled. No matter how hard he tried to find peace, his heart remained heavy. His thoughts swirled endlessly between what had been and what might come. One day, his wise teacher, noticing the monk's distress, gently pointed to a tree just outside their monastery window. "Look at that tree," the teacher said softly. "It stands tall and strong, rooted deeply in the earth. It doesn't cling to the past or fret over the future. It simply exists, fully, calmly, here in this moment." In that quiet teaching, the young monk began to understand peace isn't something found in regrets or in anxious hopes. It's found in presence. It's discovered in the stillness of now. And as time passed, another truth revealed itself to him. Helping others brought him a sense of calm and joy that nothing else could. The act of giving, of reaching out with kindness, was healing, not just for those he helped, but for his own soul. The Buddha taught that compassion is one of the most powerful forces we can cultivate. It is not just a gift we offer to others, it is a gift we also give ourselves. When we meet others with empathy, with a gentle heart and open hands, something shifts inside us. We stop carrying the burdens of judgment and fear. we begin to see others not as strangers, but as reflections of ourselves. Offering compassion is not about solving all problems, it's about being fully present with another being, sharing their moment, their feeling, their experience. And in doing so, we find peace. Because when we care deeply, we live fully. 7. Embrace the middle way. From compassion for others, we move to compassion for ourselves. And one of the greatest expressions of self-compassion is choosing balance. The Buddha once taught the path to peace is not found in extremes, but in the middle way, a life of moderation, awareness, and harmony. In today's world, we're constantly pulled in opposite directions. One moment, we're chasing pleasure, endlessly indulging in distractions. The next, we swing to the other side, denying ourselves rest, love, or joy, believing we must sacrifice everything to live rightly. But both extremes lead to suffering. The Buddha saw that the path of overindulgence leaves us feeling empty, always needing more, and the path of severe self-denial wears us down, robbing life of its natural sweetness. Neither path offers lasting peace. Instead, the middle way invites us to walk gently, to eat when we're hungry, to rest when we're tired, to laugh when we feel joy, and to grieve when sadness comes. It teaches us to live mindfully, not excessively or rigidly, but with presence and awareness. When we embrace balance, we begin to appreciate what we have without clinging to it. We begin to let go of the illusion that happiness lies in more or in nothing. We learn to dwell peacefully in the enough. The middle way becomes not just a practice, but a philosophy for living. It helps us navigate life's highs and lows with steadiness. It reminds us that joy isn't something to chase or control, but something that arises naturally when we're in harmony with ourselves and the world. 8. Meditate daily. Meditation is more than just sitting in silence. It's a practice of returning home to yourself. In the teachings of the Buddha, daily meditation is a gateway to peace, clarity, and deep joy. It helps us step away from the noise of the world and tune into the quiet wisdom within. Through meditation, we begin to observe our thoughts and emotions without letting them control us. We become witnesses to the rise and fall of our feelings, without judgment, without reaction. And in doing so, we become freer. A central part of this practice is mindfulness, the art of being fully present. Whether we're eating, walking, or speaking with someone, mindfulness invites us to show up completely. When our attention is rooted in the moment, even simple tasks feel meaningful. Life slows down, and we begin to notice its subtleties: the sound of the wind, the flavor of food, the depth of a shared smile. As we continue this practice, our stress begins to soften, our focus sharpens, a sense of inner peace takes root. Bit by bit, meditation teaches us how to carry this calm awareness with us, not just during quiet sitting, but through the chaos of daily life. There's a beautiful story of a young monk who once asked his teacher, "How can I find peace?" The teacher answered gently, "Sit still, quiet your mind, let go of everything, and listen." Day by day, as the monk followed this advice, his once restless mind grew still, like a lake that had once been stormy, now calm and clear. Meditation, the teacher explained, doesn't erase life's troubles, but it gives us a steady mind to face them. Even a few minutes a day can make a profound difference. In that stillness, we create space for insight, patience, and kindness to arise. We begin to live more consciously and more joyfully. 9. Practice self-discipline. Sala. With a calm mind, we gain the strength to guide our actions with wisdom, and that's where self-discipline, or Sala, comes in. In the Buddha's teachings, self-discipline is not a punishment or restriction. It is a form of freedom, the kind that comes when we live in alignment with our values, with care and with kindness. The Buddha once said, "May all beings be happy. May all beings be free from suffering." This wish for universal peace is rooted in Esala, in the daily choice to live with integrity. Self-discipline means being mindful of how we act, speak, and even think. It means choosing not to lie, gossip, or act out in anger, not because we're afraid, but because we care. Like a flower that offers nectar to all bees without discrimination, we too can choose to live without causing harm. It's not about rigid rules, it's about making conscious choices that reflect our highest intentions. The Buddha reminded us, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. When our actions are ethical, our hearts are at ease. We sleep better. We speak more gently. We face life's storms with steadiness and calm. Self-discipline also involves mastering the mind. The Buddha said, "Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts." How often do we let anger or fear take control? But when we practice Esila, we learn to pause, to respond, not react. We replace anger with patience, greed with generosity, fear with courage. This is not a one-time achievement, but a lifelong journey. Each morning, we begin again. The Buddha's words remind us, each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most, and today, right now, is another chance to walk this path with awareness, compassion, and strength. Final reflection. These 9 teachings are more than just ideas. They are a roadmap, a guide to help us navigate life with clarity and joy. By releasing our attachments, living in the present, speaking with care, and embracing gratitude, we open the door to true happiness. By choosing simplicity, practicing compassion, walking the middle way, meditating daily, and cultivating self-discipline, we begin to live not from fear or craving, but from peace, purpose, and love. This path is not about being perfect, it's about being present. And from that presence, happiness naturally blooms. May these teachings bring you lasting joy, deep peace, and a renewed sense of connection with yourself, with others, and with life itself. If this video touched your heart, please subscribe to our channel, Buddhism Seeds, for more timeless wisdom from the Buddha. Like this video, share it with someone who may need a moment of peace, and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear how these teachings resonate with you. Wishing you a beautiful and mindful journey ahead.